Hey y'all, welcome back to the Life of Pylia. It's Pylia, and today we're going to talk about the MyStory roleplay system. If you've been around for a little bit, you know that I've kind of toyed with some of these in the past, starting off with like BU. I've also done Zeolife, and I feel like the MyStory system has kind of combined the best parts of BU and Zeolife. And so I just wanted to share it with y'all. I discovered it, I don't know, I think I was at the 50 and I saw that something said it was MyStory compatible. And I was like, holy smokes, what is MyStory? So I Googled it right away. Let's go ahead and get into it. I'm just gonna start and kind of tell you a little bit about what it can do. If you've ever played like The Sims, then you understand that you need to like monitor your stats, like your health and how hungry you are, and if you need to use the restroom, things like that. And MyStory allows you to do that, but it also has the added benefit of allowing you to learn skills as well. So for instance, the options that are available right now are going to be farming and cooking. So you start at level 0, and then as you level up, you have the ability to farm more complicated crops and cook more complicated meals. Right now we're down here in my farm area of my land, and you can see I have several different plots out there. And then there's also some animals that you can get that can provide you with items. And then you have a barn, and there's some other little items that you want to use just to gain XP and stuff as well, so that you can level up. This is kind of just going to be a very general overview of how to use some of these items. I've only been playing for like a couple days, so I'm sure like as I get more and more in depth, then there may be additional videos. I'm not really sure. Right now I'm having a good time with it. That's what I know. It's pretty cheap. Let's go ahead. Let's head over to the Redwood Sim now, and I'll show you how to get the HUD and everything. So when you first TP in, it drops you off in this area here. And I didn't really understand where I needed to go. I just kind of wandered around. But if you just want to head over to the store and like you don't need to do anything else, you can just click this here on the wall. It says teleport to main store. However, if you're brand new and you don't want to deal with the store is going to be too overwhelming for you, and just are like, I just want to know what it's about, then right next to this teleport thing, there is this window here, and this is going to be the system. This is going to give you a good starting point for the MyStory RP system. So you just click on it, and it offers you, and you keep, and it gives it to you for free. Okay, I'm not going to keep it because I already have one. And then what you get in there is you get, it gives you the HUD. It gives you, there's some really good instructions. I'm not going to go over the instructions that are in for how to set up your HUD really, because Story has already done that, and the instructions are pretty well written. You just got to follow them step by step. If you're someone who doesn't like following instructions, then I'm not sure what to tell you about life. Sometimes you got to follow instructions. So get the HUD here. Let's go ahead though and head over to the store, because I want to show you some items there as well, just so that you're familiar with it. So I'm just going to click on this teleport to main store, and it'll zoom us right over there. So here we are in the main store. They do have some terminals here where you can do things like exchange items for other items. I'm not really sure. I haven't used this yet, but you select what you want to exchange, and then it exchanges out the ingredients for you. There are several terminals for that. There's also a terminal, you get MyStory dollars. You can exchange those for lindens. That's also available to you here. There are lucky chairs. These are up on a platform in the sky, but this, if you click right here, will TP you over to them, so you can get free ingredients up there. And there's just some more terminals. We turn around. We have the customer service desks. And if you didn't get the system before, you have the option to get it here. You can also get these starter packs that they have. And these are going to have some additional items in it. For instance, This one has some potato crops, some seeds, because you need to have the crop, which is the part where you put the seeds. It gives you water wells, some fertilizers, some stuff. Gives you, there's another one here, and there's a goodie box too. So there are a total of 3. You get the starter pack, and then you have 2 different goodie boxes that you need to get. So get all those, all for free. I think they might be set to like $1, and then it just automatically refunds you $1. So I would start yourself off on a good note, you know? And then you can join the group just by clicking here. You'll see that there are these signs. Every week there's going to be a different sale. This week they have a sale on wheat, and then on pigs, and then on some pot seeds. We come around this corner here. It takes us to more of like a showroom area where it takes you to this where you can purchase specific items. So for instance, this, the barn, the chicken coop, the animals, and you can purchase them. I thought this was really neat. You can either purchase the regular, which is where it reses out, like how I have my barn, or you can purchase the discreet one, which is just an invisible prim. Maybe you don't want to have a bunch of this stuff on your property, and that's okay. Just get the discreet one. You can still use all of it, and it has all the same functionality. However, it's not a barn. It's just as an invisible prim. You can also choose to, if you just would rather purchase the ingredients, you can do that. And it gives you can buy 5 of them, or you can buy 5s, you know, you just, however many you want to purchase, do that. It also tells you the level requirement. So for some things, there is not a level requirement. For instance, this compost bin, no level requirement for that. Pig, no level requirement. However, if we look at this fishing rod, you can see that it does have a level requirement of 3 to use. So you have to be level 3 to use this. I went ahead and I'm gonna be honest with you, I just purchased everything because I was like having so much fun with it out the gate. I was like, I know I'm gonna just purchase everything anyway, so why not just do it now? So I went ahead and got everything. The one thing I would keep in mind is that each plot like this is going to need 5 seeds. So when you purchase the plot by itself, and I'll show you this later on in the video, it's gonna automatically come with 5 seeds, but you're gonna still want more seeds. So if you're gonna get the plot, I would go ahead and get some extra seeds then, so you're not having to make extra trips, unless maybe you just like popping around places, then that's your business. They also have some items down here that you can purchase that are going to be ingredients that are going to be more so used for cooking. So if you're planning on having cooking being a part of your MyStory experience, I would encourage you just to stock up on these right away because you're going to need them. And they're not expensive either. They're 25 here, 25 here. I think the highest one is bread. But bread is also something that you can make with ingredients that you grow. If you would rather do that, then you're certainly welcome to do that. We have a water well here next to this. You're gonna get water wells in all of your starter packs. So I don't know that you need to buy a water well right away. If you want to, go for it, live your best life. But you don't necessarily need this right away because you're gonna have a bunch of water already. Almost everything uses water though, so just be mindful of that. On this wall, we're gonna have our tablets, and tablets are some things, they're used to teach you new skills. So for instance, in your starter pack, it's gonna come with a cooking tablet for level 1. After level 1, you would want to purchase the tablet for level 2, which is only 1 linden. So it's pretty economical for purchasing the new tablets and learning new things. This is something else that I went ahead and I was like, I already know I'm going to do it. You may notice that 2 through 4 is, and then it skips number 5. That's because number 5 and level 10 and number 10 are going to be available on the family meal tablet. And that's just this bigger square down here. So just be mindful of that. We haven't talked about stats yet, but we will talk about them. Should you need to get anything because you're sick or you need some health, there are some pills here that you are able to purchase. So that's kind of just a brief overview. Oh, there's one more thing in the store that we should talk about. If you are someone who made items with Zeolife for sale, maybe you had a little restaurant or something and you wanted to do the same thing with MyStory, they do have affiliate scripts here. So you would just need to come and purchase the affiliate scripts. I think they're 2,000 lindens. Yeah, 2,000 lindens. to purchase, and then you can use those for items that you're going to sell. And like you'll see outside here as we kind of mosey around that they have some little shops and stuff like that that you can go into, and these are just other players have rented these and they've created items, and there's more areas like this popping up all over the place. In fact, this sim here is super cute, and I'm gonna do another video for sure where we're gonna be kind of wandering through the sim and checking out some of the things that it offers, because he's really done a nice job of being sure that his products are being used throughout the sim. Let's go ahead and head back home, because I want us to take a little bit of time to look at how to farm and then how to cook in the MyStory system as well. You may have noticed that I've had these letters above my head throughout this videos, and those are going to be just my stats for MyStory. I've had the HUD attached the whole time. I just kind of scooted it out of my way. But let's expand it and just take a look at it right quick. Here we have just the overview of all of our stats, our health, our energy, our hunger. We also can click on this menu button here, and that will bring up a menu to let us know what other options we maybe have available to us right now. Do we want to, I don't know, I really haven't done any of this. I use on off because I'll pause it sometimes if I'm doing other stuff. And you can, I guess, change your HUD, the colors on it to maybe look differently. So lots of options. You can definitely customize it so that it's going to work best for you. I don't really leave it like this too often. The reason you want to know this HUD though is because of the inventory button. So I'm going to go ahead and just click on the inventory button, and it'll pop up and ask what do I want to choose, and I'm going to do content, and that will give you a list of everything that's in your inventory. So as you can see, I really did add everything to my inventory, and that's what I do. Ha ha ha. So I know everything that I have in my inventory. One thing to be mindful of, and this is what really goofed me up, I'm going to minimize my HUD right now because I don't need it, is that how to do some farming. So let's start a whole new plot. Let's do another lettuce field. So I'm going to, oh, not lettuce. You know what I want to do? What do I have a bunch of seeds of? Let's do another carrot field. So to do this, the first thing that we're going to do is I'm going to unbox this. So I'm just going to put the box down, and it reses just like that. I'm going to open it, and I'm going to do copy. Yes, that's fine. And then I don't need this note card because I can go ahead and delete this box. Yes. Okay. And then we want to take the field from our inventory, and we're just going to put it wherever we want it to be. And it says it's already ready for planting. Oh shoot, you know what we need to do before we do this? Well, hold on. We're still fine. We're still fine. Remember when I told you that that we had a bunch of water? I told you that. Do you remember? So I went ahead and took apart all my folders and moved things in a way that made sense to me. So you may not have them like this, but you'll be able to have them like this. I didn't realize I didn't need to buy more water. So the first thing that we need to do is we need to add water, and we're going to need to add those seeds to our virtual inventory before we can use them. Otherwise, the system doesn't know that you have them unless you add them to your virtual inventory. If you've done this in BU, then this is something that you're familiar with. However, I never did it in BU because I just didn't get that far into it. So to add it to our virtual inventory, we're just going to right click on it and add it to us. And then we're just going to touch the item, and you'll see that it shows up now, and it gives you received 10 items of water. So that's how you add items. So now I'm going to detach this because I don't need any more water. I do need to go get that seed though. So we're going to do the same thing with our seeds. We're just going to right click on them and add them. And you'll see that it pops up here. We can just click on it there, and it'll show us in our local chat that we've received the 5 carrot seeds. And then we can just detach this, and we can delete this box. We don't actually need this anymore. So we're not going to clutter up our inventory too much. All right, so how do we farm? I'm just gonna move my chat, I guess, over here. So to farm, it's super simple. We just need to be within 5 meters of the plot of land that we're trying to farm on. So for instance, I'm trying to farm on this carrot plot. If you'd rather just sit directly on it, you can do that. It does have like a gardening animation. So we're just gonna click on this and it's gonna give us a window and says, what do we want to plant? We're gonna plant a carrot. It lets you know the items that you need in this window, but also in your local chat. Are you sure you want to plant it? We're going to click yes. If you don't have fertilizer, you can purchase fertilizer from the store, but everything that you plant is going to need at least 1 fertilizer. That brings us to our animals. If you have ever been in the country, you know that one thing that cows are good at giving you is fertilizer. So you can get fertilizer from the cows. You can also get milk from the cows. Pretty simple. I mean, you get it, I think it takes like 12 hours and you get like 10 fertilizers or something like that. You also will need animal feed to get those items from them. And one of those boxes comes with animal feed in it. We also have our pigs here. I'm just gonna click on this pig that's ready to collect, and it gave me some meat. So even this item as well is in my inventory. I'm just gonna right click on it and add it. And I'm just gonna click on it like that. And it adds it to my inventory. And I also earned some XP. So sweet. And then we can detach this and we can delete the meat. I don't know why that made me laugh a little bit. So some other items, I'll just show you what else I have down here. I also have some, I got some chickens. They give us eggs. So I'm just gonna take a few seconds and I'm gonna get the rest of these things. And then I'll meet you guys up in the kitchen and we will go through how to cook with the cooking tablet. Okay, so here we are in the kitchen of my new house, which I know no one has seen because I just got it and did it all yesterday. So no one has really seen this house yet. So I don't know, maybe that means something to you, maybe it doesn't. We have our tablet here. Now this is the level 2 tablet. And I just set it up opposite of my stove, like maybe I'm watching some instructional YouTube videos on how to do something. This stove does not have animations for cooking in it, the stove itself. However, Story does provide you with a box that you can just put, I just put it underneath here and I just click on it whenever I'm gonna do my cooking. And it gives you some different options for frying, chopping, or stirring animations for cooking with. So those are kind of fun. So how do we actually cook? So as you may have guessed, we can right click on our tablet and we just go to touch. It's gonna pull up our menu and ask us what we want to select, and we're gonna choose kitchen. And then it gives us a list of options that we can choose to cook. So we can do something as simple as a salad or a tea or a chicken burger. Lots of different things for us to choose from, but keep in mind that it's limited to the ingredients that you have available to you and that you have in your virtual inventory and your skill level. So all of these out of 21, we should be able to cook these things as long as we have the ingredients. I'm gonna go ahead and choose something that I know I have the ingredients for, and this is gonna be salad. And so I chose salad. It says it's gonna take 1 tomato and 2 lettuce. Do I still wanna make it? And I'm gonna say yes. And then in our chat, it does a little check and it says, oh, yep, you sure do have everything to make that. It's gonna be ready in 2 minutes. And then there is a little countdown on our tablet here to let us know how long until our salad's done. So why might you want to do this cooking? If you remember, one of the stats that we're keeping track of is our hunger. So you can cook and eat your own food to satiate your hunger. Same thing with thirst. You can make your own beverages, your own teas and milks and stuff like that to take care of your thirst. And as you get better, I'm sure you can make other things. So we have about a minute left into this. And while our salad's finishing, let's take a look at some of these other items in our starter pack. So some other things, there's the cooking animations that I just showed you. There's your level 1 cooking tablet. He also provides you with starter scripts. These are boxed. I have mine unboxed over here. And you can just put these in items that you have that maybe you already own, just by very simply dragging this into the, I don't know, I have a chair. We'll put it in one of these chairs. Okay, here we go. So our salad is done, and then it gives it to us just like we receive any other item for our inventory. And that's how you cook. That's basically how you cook anything in MyStory. So to add the scripts to an item that you already have, you want to add it to, like for instance, this chair. You have to be able to do this first of all with your item. But we want to go to edit linked. Next part. I go to the one where all the other animations are listed. So all my other animations are listed here, and I go there because I know that's where I'm actually sitting. I'm not sitting on like the back part of the chair. I'm actually sitting on that spot there. So we want to go back into our, here we go, animations folder. And maybe you want, like, maybe you feel relaxed or you get some energy from sitting down in this chair. You just want to take the script and click on it and drag it over into the contents. And it's going to reload. I see that the chair says that it's reloading everything now. So we just got to give it a minute to do that. You can close out of here. Well, that one's going to take its time to do it, but I've also done it on this other chair across the way. So let's sit in that one. This is the Reuben sandwich that got me started on this whole thing. It's over at the 50 event right now this month. We can just, let's sit in this chair. And you'll see when we sit here that it says this item is MyStory compatible. And so you know that I've already added that script in there. And I think this is giving me, I don't know, energy or something. So I'm just sitting in the chair. This message here is showing us that it loaded up that item, the script in the other chair. So then after, I think it's like 60 seconds, it gives you a 1% boost. And you can use these scripts in all of the furniture in your house pretty much to kind of give it a little bit of, to make it more realistic, you know. You can also, we added this script into this food here. I'll just show you, because you also get some reusable scripts for food and stuff like that. And so you can add these into things. So I just added it into this, and you don't have to necessarily hold the food to use it. I put this in this chair here because this Reuben, to be clear, is my favorite sandwich. So I can sit here, I can just right click on this item and hit touch. And it's going to say, what do I want to do? And I want to use this. And so now I will not only gain energy, but I'm going to gain hunger while I'm sitting here. And then to stop using it, you just do the same thing. You go to touch and you would press stop. And it'll say it's no longer being used. And then you can, and it confirms it with you, and then we can get out of our chair. So you can kind of do this with your furniture, like throughout your house that you know that you might be using. And so I hope that you enjoyed this video. There is one other thing I'd like to mention. When you do harvest your plants, you do have, it does give you one seed. So something, I didn't realize that until earlier today, but when you harvest your items, it gives you a plant, but then it also gives you a seed as well. And you need to be sure you add both of those. So just be mindful of that so that you know, you're getting more bang for your buck, as they say. But I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope that you give MyStory RP system a chance. MyStory has a really great group in world. Their Discord is super active, and everyone's been super friendly and really willing to answer questions there. So I really encourage you, if you're interested in it, just to give it a shot. You can be really self-sustainable with just going and picking up the starter kit if the lindens is a concern for you. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments. Maybe I can find an answer for you if it's not something I know. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching. Please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe if you're inclined to do so. And I'll see you next time.